If you are an immigrant and you are getting ready to take the plunge and move forward with the green card process to your U.S. citizen spouse who asked you to sign a prenup, you're going to want to listen to this video. Stick around, and I'm going to tell you all you need to know about this issue. Hello, everyone. I'm attorney Lee Marvin, and I have been practicing law for 20 years. And I've been specializing in immigration law for over a decade. My main office is in Grand Rapids, Michigan, but I do help individuals and families from any state in the country and actually any country on the planet. So you need to know the answer to this question, okay? And I have the answer for you. I'm going to tell you right now. Okay, so green cards, spouse-based green cards are all about the relationship, right? It's all about showing that you have a bona fide or legitimate relationship with your sponsor and the beneficiary, okay? So I've gotten this question from a number of clients. Hey, what if my U.S. citizen spouse, sponsor, is asking me to sign a prenuptial agreement? Actually, that usually happens before you get married. But what if my sponsor asked me to sign one and I signed it? Is that a deal breaker? Why would that be a deal breaker? Okay, the reason is because the prenuptial agreement is all about showing the court in the future that before you got married, you both agreed that there's certain things that you were not going to be seeking as the new spouse. You're not going to hold your spouse responsible for certain things. Usually it comes down to money. So I'm going to sign this, and I'm going to say that I don't want anything to do with your pension. I don't want anything to do with that big pile of money you have in a bank. So that is what a prenup or prenuptial agreement does. So then the point is, okay, if I sign this, is immigration going to assume that this is a fake relationship? It's not sincere. It's not genuine because the sponsor says, I'm not going to marry you if you want any of these resources. I'm not marrying you, okay? It does look pretty bad, right? Immigration is like, if you're not committed enough to each other to get married like a normal couple, then we're going to assume that you guys are lying just to get a green card. That's what people think immigration thinks. That probably is what immigration thinks. So the question is, will that kill my green card if we have a prenup? And I say no, it won't. And here's why. Because things are complicated, right? Relationships, finances, especially when you're dealing with an international relationship. Things get very complicated. So is it unreasonable to want to protect people that might have prior relationships, prior histories with prior kids? No, that's not weird. So when you're talking about protecting families, you're talking about assets and all that stuff, it's not weird, okay? Immigration assumes the worst, but it doesn't mean it has to be the worst. So you can definitely still get approved for a green card, even if you have a prenup, but you got to do it the right way. You got to make sure that you communicate this stuff to immigration, right? How do you do that? Well, if you're doing the process yourself, it's going to be really darn hard, okay? If you hire somebody to help you, obviously it's easier. There's ways that we attorneys can explain things to immigration so they don't assume the worst, okay? So the good thing is you are not doomed if you have a prenup. And even if you're moving forward and you're not even married yet, you can still do that sort of thing and still prevail, okay? I would say you should click the link to get in touch with me directly so that I can help you with this before you do it, okay? Because it's easier to prevent certain problems than to fix certain problems, okay? But just know that it is possible to do that, even with a prenup, as long as you have someone who's good in explaining things so that the government doesn't assume the worst, okay? Again, check out the next video that I have coming up here Also, check out my YouTube channel, which the link is right here, so you can see other things. I've posted a lot of things about relationship type processes, marriage-based. Check out those other videos because a lot of really valuable information is there to help you succeed with your process. But if you need to speak with me directly, this is the link to do that. I want to help you succeed.